Hi, I'm Rachel Land, here with Yoga Medicine to help you release a really common area of tension around the shoulders, right here over the side ribs, the lats or the latissimus. Now, Latissimus dorsi is a really large muscle. It connects onto the back rim of the pelvis, the lumbar spine, all the way up to the base of the rib cage, sweeps over the side ribs, crosses the armpit, and connects onto the upper inner arm. When that muscle is tight, it pulls the head of the shoulder in toward the midline, internally rotating and adducting the humerus or the upper arm, as well as pulling it a little behind the body. So when that muscle is tight, as it is for a lot of us, kind of shuts off the chest, making it difficult for us to take full, free and deep breaths. Now on our yoga mat, that same pattern makes it difficult for us to lift our arms overhead, and that can interfere with arm positions in standing poses, as well as in weight bearing in things like downward facing dog, handstand and headstand. So let's do a really short practice together to see if we can release some of that tension. For that practice, you'll want a yoga block, and you'll start by lying down on your back. And once you're lying down, knit your low ribs in and down toward the pelvis so that any movement that you create when you move the arm is just in the arm and not in the spine. And sweep your arms overhead. See if you can bring your biceps by your ears. Maybe your upper arms will even rest on the floor. And notice the position that you create, as well as the sensation that's generated over the side ribs. This is a sort of snapshot that we'll take and we'll come back to compare after our practice. Once you've done that, roll onto your right side. Take your yoga block and set it underneath your right side ribs on its middle height, top level, top edge of the block about level with your armpit crease, and your head and neck as relaxed as you can make them. Now from resting on your side ribs, rock toward the back corner of your rib cage, and you'll feel that beefy strip of the lats where it crosses over the back of the rib cage. You could stay there, or you could roll between the side ribs and the back corner of the rib cage, using your body weight and this movement to ease a little bit of circulation into the tissues there, as well as giving the nervous system a chance to notice that there's tension there. Give that a couple of breaths. And then make your way onto hands and knees. And I'll turn around so that you can still see my right side. From hands and knees, shift your hips a couple of inches back behind your knees so that they act as a counterweight, and then reach your arms and hands forward. Now you might already feel the length over those right side ribs, but we're going to add to that by walking the torso over to the left side of the mat. Now you can have the left hand any way you like it. I like to bend the elbow and bring the left hand by my left knee, and then I can roll the right outer armpit down toward the floor, almost like I'm leaning into that tension on the lats. Option 1 is to keep the right arm extended. Option 2 is to release the right arm down to the mat. Bend the elbow, and then bring the hand toward the back of the head or the back of the neck, adding to the stretch to the lats, with a stretch to the triceps on the back of the upper arm. Lean into that for a final breath or two. And then release the right arm, walk your torso back to center, come upright, and then back down to lie on your back so that we can compare the right and left sides. Knit the low ribs in and down. Keep that as you sweep the arms overhead, noting any change in position, any change in sensation, and any contrast between the left and the right. Now when you're ready, you can repeat that sequence on the second side, rolling onto your left side with the block under the side ribs, and then taking puppy pose and walking the torso up and over to the right. See if that makes any difference to your posture, your breathing, and your comfort in yoga poses where you have the arms overhead. I hope that's been helpful for you. If you want to dive a little deeper into the shoulder, then do come and join me and the Yoga Medicine team at our upcoming shoulder module. You'll find the details in the description below. I'll see you there.